Oh, precious channel. It is I, your friend, Geoff K. Holkins. I am joined, as always, by Acquisitions Intoxicated Brewmaster, Eric J. Benson. And I've come to know that there is actually another nickname.
A third line?
That I did not know originally about it. Hey, Ruku, thank you, Omin. Ruku, I can't say how much I love this crab. With each claw, he's got a beer in each claw. He has a pint per claw. No, it's like this. He is the notorious EJB. Wow. He is also Azerbaijan.
Not really.
Well, yeah, but you know what? We always say just once, but I do it every
single time. So
now there is a new one.
Is that an official capacity though?
Yes. Yeah. There is a new one that we did not know about. Okay? And that is from Patrick Groom, who you may know as Tube here on the channel. Tubepa, although it could be Tube PA. Now, he indeed, as he has suggested right in there, Edge Benson, which I think is a very tasteful appellation. Yeah. No doubt derived from the E and the J being pronounced as a single word. I support him 100% in this, and I hope that you do too.
I think it makes me feel just a little bit more.
Well, no, it's just like it's like some ancient king that has or it could be like a My Name is Legion for We Are Many scenario. Right, There's a couple different ways it could go.
However you want to go with it.
Indeed.
Patrick, you're fantastic.
But friends, channel, let me welcome you to Acquisitions Intoxicated, which is a program, as I have suggested before, about exposing and broadening the act and art of brewing. It is something we all own, and it is your right to it. Now, we have a couple different things going on today. One, as I suggested, sur le tweetzor, we are going to tap a very novel product called Suboptimal, which you may, thank you, Baka. No, you may know that it includes a substantial spruce payload.
That's not even substantial.
Thank you, which actually, it's less than half what should be by volume the correct amount.
Less than half of what it should have been.
But when he releases the CO2 valve on the keg, which you do just to sort of bleed off some of the extra pressure, that CO2 being what pushes it down when you pull on the tap, right? It smells like a Christmas tree.
In the studio.
In the studio. I have no idea how this is going to go. You know, is the streak broken?
I don't know. Like, I tasted it and I sampled it last night and I'm like, this is genuinely,
thank you, Snicker. Now,
it's generally good. Like, it's good, but I'm not going to sit there and drink 10 of them.
Yes, and I think that that's okay. Yeah. Like, there's going to be beers that you drink and they can be well made. Yeah. But you don't want to go ham on them. No. I would say that Jingle Bellhop, that's a couple max. Right. It's really, really good, but it's a couple max.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
This tastes like spruce and chocolate, like tree and chocolate, and Josh characterized it really well as a chocolate-covered ginger. So
hey, I'm down with this. I'm down with that. Hey, Ninja Nurse, for your tasting benefit, no doubt, Geoff Callis has returned. He's going to roll in. My understanding is that Quentin, he's actually back in his office right now talking to Quentin from Elderwood, who you may know from the C Team. And they've put together those really cool boxes that you get when a critical is rolled on the show, which is pretty smooth. But the very first step in this process of the show is, of course, to introduce these grains to this bin, these hops, sur le cage, and then this into that. May not happen the first time.
Just never going to happen the first time.
That's
I have faith in you that you will eventually get it in the first time.
So when you were brewing at home,
it goes right in. Just goes right in. I mean, I'll videotape it one night and just be like, boop. It all needs a love tap.
You get the GIF.
Yeah.
Boop. All right. Well, here, listen. First things first. What are we putting in there? This is Acquisitions Inc.
Yes.
Which is the walnut Documancer beer.
Exactly. This was the sweet stout that we created with Amy last week. Smell those grains. It is delicious.
Dude, imagine a delicious hamster cage. Is that a genre?
It is now.
No. It's the It's all the malt and cocoa.
Yeah.
all the malt.
This was all the base malt was the Maris Otter.
Yes, a classic.
Yep.
An Ackient classic.
Classic.
Biscuit.
Even more classic than that was the Special B that got put in this. I mean, I didn't even recommend it.
Special Benson.
That was recommended by the chat.
Oh, indeed.
So,
but all that's happened. All that's happened is that you've conferred upon them.
No, it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
You've conferred upon them your perversion. No, it's like this. I was imagining that it was going to be like welcome. You know, it's going to be the Grain Fest.
Yeah.
But there's sweet sugar additions in this.
Right.
And that is why the grain load is where it's at.
But also remember, we went with 4.2.
Exactly. That's the other thing, right?
So you're not going to have a huge grain bed.
No.
And also what the Pico brew does is when you use the high efficiency mash.
Oh, which is a setting in your recipe, right?
In the recipe, it actually, you're getting better efficiency, which reduces the amount of grains you have to put in.
Ah, there we go. So a couple facts there. Now, how much of this East Kent Golding are we doing?
So with that,
it's right in the middle. I was just going to say, East Kent Golding, in the middle to low range in terms of alpha acids.
Yep, and remember, we only wanted about 19 to 20 IBUs in
exactly, no, the whole... Oh, that is good.
Yeah, so this is going to be floral and earthy.
Oh, and it is. It is. And when we say earthy, let's be very clear. We mean dank.
Oh, dank. Grass.
Nugs. All right, now.
So you're going to put, we used 0.6 ounces, so a little bit over a half of that bag.
A little bit over half. But the main thing is that, obviously, we created this recipe in concert with our friend Amy Falcone, Amy the Falcon Walnut Donggrass, repping the natural world. And so a lot of the knobs were sort of turned down into being mild.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a sweet stout that it is ready to drink. It's going to have good flavor, good texture, good mouthfeel, as they say. But this is something that you can go back to
easily,
right?
Easily back. Yeah, you can. This is a sessionable beer.
100%. It's not going to be too bitter.
No, there's this. It's going to really be. You're going to taste practically no bitterness at all, just enough to counterbalance the sweet malt.
Talking about a sweet malt. All right, now the moment of truth. The moment of truth.
Listen, we are all praying for you on this one. I mean, my friend, you have this.
There's an emoji expressly for this period.
Rotated around. Yes.
All right.
And
I find it best just to sort of sneak up on it.
I think you have to. Just rogue the shit out of it.
Yeah. So I'm just like, because the device is over here, it doesn't know what's going on.
No, and it's paying more attention to this spruce monstrosity.
Oh, exactly. You know what I mean? It's sort of like,
it's distracted.
What's this? Like its awareness is scattered.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's when I strike.
It's in a haze of pine, right? And you just
it's in the midst of some kind of like a forest fantasy.
Yes.
Right?
And you just delectably come up and
it's just like, oh, what's this?
Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Ta-da! Jesus. This, there are days when you just succeed, and today is one of them.
I want to thank, obviously, Jesus Christ, who no doubt was correlated with this event in some way. All right, thank you so much. It feels good. It feels real good, everybody. Now, this recipe, Acquisitions Inc. Incredible name. Oh,
look at this.
Pico Pro.
I agree.
Exactly right, Satay Monkey. Well done.
Well played.
Well done.
You got chicken? This is the version
of
that.
He's the Kwisatz Haderach. Oh, God, it feels good. Thank you, Malaman.
So
it's just and it's just like a birthday that I can have once a week.
Yeah. Well, maybe once every 2 months.
And they've got my back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They support me 100%.
Hey, I'm extremely happy. This has been like 7 shows in the making.
It's true. Now, I really appreciate that on the name. Thank you, Haley. Now, I really appreciate that on the name.
Yeah.
You wrote it AC Inc.
Yeah.
I support this 100%. That is exactly where it's at. Now, we got no. It's IRL Beer 13. It's You're a Wizard, Jerry. Now you're ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Have gun will roll 20s. You know the vortex is en route.
Yep.
Gosh, but we need to. I feel like the last ones have gone well ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because the grains have been prepped. Like, you have to think about it like this.
Right.
So right now,
They're just...
right, the situation is such that water is being heated to temp.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Over here, and I put it in at a good temp, so this first part's going to be even faster, right? Moving over here, it doesn't know what's going on. Like, the grains have no idea what's about to happen.
Could you imagine the fright and terror of being sprayed with 100-degree water?
Oh yeah, I mean, this
dripping over
is
your head?
well, no, and something is crazy here, and it is having a hard time. So I feel like now is the time.
Where you sued them?
Yeah, I feel like you approach it ahead. You start with the love.
I mean, I get it.
And then you do it. But I need a song. I mean, that's the issue.
Who has...
I mean, because we've done some sea shanty type stuff, right?
I mean, there's been Seal, there's been Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah.
There's been... Have you done Toto yet? I don't even know.
Hey, I know that Ryan would like it.
When will Jerry regale the grains with the cat song?
Oh, I could do the cat song.
I would love to see this.
I don't know if it's gonna work. I'll do Toto's Africa next time. All right, ready? Over here, we have the grain rub. Look at this tasteful image that
I know, right?
That he has constructed. So you should know, Precious Channel, that over here on the right, that is the bottle that we are slowly filling for our friend Holly, who made this one. I bless the grains. I mean, that would be how it would, right? That's how you'd have to do it.
That's actually really good. That's really good.
Here,
but do the cat song.
No, the cat song we can do whenever.
Well, you can do the cat song now, and then get a little time to prep for later in the show with the Toto. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some emotes that call for more grain rub singing.
It's gonna take me a lot. I think that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Gonna take a lot to take me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the grains down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the things we never had. Ooh. All right, now,
fantastic.
Precious Grains, you do your things. Now, are we ready to drink a tree?
No.
Is it time to drink a tree? Let's see.
Yes, it is.
We'll use these cups.
Yeah, actually, pour a little into Holly's beer first. So we'll keep the carbonation up on that one.
The carbonation.
Nice.
Oh man. Okay, that is just like a tree. A tree went into my nose. Now there's a sinus. Now there's some kind of sinus tree.
Oh.
Gentle Jesus. What? Okay.
It kind of wakes you up.
All right. Hey, now, Jorash, I'm going to set this up on top so our special friends can take a look. Now, this is what we mean when we say head retention.
Yes.
Okay. This is... Oh, holy shit.
What?
Holly.
Holly!
It's so nice to see you. Now, but this is why we sing to the grains.
Yes.
Is so that the head retention, that tasteful foam, exists right up there on top. The second pour, obviously the first couple pours are kind of wild. My second pour turned out the way I wanted it to. But you can take a look at that color, amber ale. It is doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
The exact right color, the taste. Cheers.
Let's start up here.
Start on the nose. It is straight pine and spruce. But you almost get that
sweet.
A candied flavor on it.
Yeah,
Crazy, right?
It's sweet. So is this going to be like Jingle Bell Hop in that it has like, there is the experience at the top of the glass and then there's the experience down in the bottom?
Exactly. And what's fascinating is the carbonation coming through.
Okay, so this is where it's getting fucked up. Thank you, Crash. So this is the spruce pine herbal thing, but you come back to it and now it starts to smell like a root beer.
Exactly.
Did you pick up on that?
Yes, and
That's
the
weird.
mouthfeel and the flavor taste like a root beer. Yeah.
Here, let's try.
See how you get that chocolate and caramel flavors coming through?
You definitely do at the end.
Yeah. It's almost like a cookie underneath.
There's a cookie underneath, but imagine that you had frosted a cookie
Yeah.
with Vicks Vapo Rub. You tell me if that's a good thing or not. Imagine frosting a cookie.
This would actually work. Holly's a little sick right now, so this would be perfect.
With Vicks Vapo Rub.
Yeah.
Now, there's no question. If you could,
God, the malt is fantastic.
if she could have this right now,
this would bring her back to life.
It would
Cold gone.
It would wake her up inside.
Yeah.
Wake her up inside.
It would bring her back to life.
It would call her name and save her from the dark. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's in that spectrum.
Yeah.
That sort of evanescence
yeah.
spectrum. No, this would heal her immediately.
Yeah.
As soon as she raised the glass, her sinuses, this would frighten an inflamed sinus.
Yeah.
Right?
This is crazy because you get that ginger and pine up on the nose, but then it tastes like a cookie below.
It is a wild ass combo. I would love to try this. I would like to try it with fresh spruce. Like gathered spruce tip.
Yeah.
Because gathered spruce tip, so just like a hop, if you have a hop like we have in the bag and it's pelletized,
Yep.
that's one type of hop, and you compare that to fresh hop and it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's the same with a spruce tip that almost has a citrus vibe.
Exactly.
So that's the rest of the flavor profile that I think would be really neat. I think that this works, but I would love it if we could do that in the same way that you could fresh hop a beer.
Right.
I would love it if you could like fresh tip or whatever
have
the
you
term
ever fresh
is.
tipped a beer?
I haven't, but I feel like it could happen for me. Now, these grains are starting to smell all right.
God, this beer is so fascinating.
It is. I feel like
in the best of ways. And
Yeah. I feel like you push this beer on someone. It's like when they're ready.
Yeah.
When they're ready.
When they've had an appropriate amount of craft beers.
Well, exactly. All right,
Uncle, this beer is
Courtney, thank you.
Really good. Like, it's good. It's not one you're going to drink 5 in a row of.
I think this is something like a tulip glass.
Come on in, Geoff. What?
Tulip glass.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's
no,
all.
you know what it is, dude? I got it. It's tulip glass. Charcuterie cheese plate.
Yes. Done.
That's the setup.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, come on in. Have a seat. Grab a beer.
You're doing your best. Oh, it's all right. I got you.
Geoff, it's okay. You've had some time off. You've had time off.
Well, the problem, out of practice.
Yeah.
That and the cups are so small that when you open the tap all the way.
My pleasure. It's my pleasure. Have you ever done any brewing type stuff?
Actually a little bit. My brother, I knew nothing about beer until midway through college. And my brother, who's a couple years older than me, he started brewing.
Yeah.
Like, as an instant, I learned like, oh, that's what a lager means.
Oh, exactly. So you know about this smell, basically.
Yeah, I love that smell.
Yeah. That's the one part that we can't push over on the stream.
Yeah.
Is that
holy mackerel?
There's something about that scent.
It's like Christmas in a bottle.
The second time, it's the other part.
Or
of
a spring cleaning.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one or both. New Belgium Brewing. What?
What are you talking about?
Really?
Oh, someone stole your idea?
Panelist? That's all. Yeah.
Wow. I could just put a cup of this in the car as an air freshener.
Oh no, you absolutely could. And then as it slowly evaporated, a fragrant but waxy film. Oh, I have a bunch of Voodoo Ranger in my fridge right now. For the longest time, New Belgium Brewing, my favorite beer was your 1554.
Holy. Yeah. But this is crazy. So you get the pine on your nose, but then underneath, cookie.
That is bizarre.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's wild, right?
It's new.
I don't know that I like it, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know that I don't like it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Give me some of this tree beer.
Tree beer. This is beer of the Ents.
Exactly. Exactly right. We gotta get that goblin in here.
I'm here.
Oh no, the other one. Oh yeah. It's 1554. If you've never had it, channel is a very, very special, rich dark ale.
At what point did you introduce the spruce flavoring into the process?
In secondary fermentation, right before we bottled it. So we're using extract to do this. Where there's other ways you could do it. You could get the.
So you just use an extract.
Exactly.
Knowing. What would you do differently? This is my project manager coming out.
Right.
Without accusing you of using too much, I'm asking you if you would do it
what's
differently.
funny, it's less than half the recommended amount.
Yeah.
Really? Because it's so overpowering.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
big.
Like, will it mellow out as it's?
Yeah,
It
it'll
should.
mellow out.
It
Yep.
should. So we just described this process before, right? So this is an extract that you would use, and so it's necessarily the most powerful version of itself, right? The other way that you would actually do a beer like this would be to actually do the spruce tips as an addition in the fermenter. And so a fresh spruce tip is going to have more like a it's going to have more of a citrus sharp acidity.
Okay.
And so that would be a very, very different experience both at the top and at the bottom of the
Yeah, because I mean, it's so overpowering.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's massive.
Yeah, and a little goes a long way.
I
So
don't.
when
It's very challenging, and it is okay to be
don't
challenged
hate
by
it,
No,
but I'm not
exactly.
going
That's
to
the
continue
thing.
to drink it.
That's the thing. Like you can
Exactly.
have one of these and that's it.
for the day.
Yeah.
And then also then you burp, and it's good. I think that's the weirdest
Oh,
part of this.
it freshens your breath.
Yeah.
It freshens your breath. It wakes.
Well,
freshens my breath. No, your breath wakes you up. It's
It's
fantastic.
intense.
Yeah. Actually,
Right?
clean.
I keep sipping it.
Yeah, because you can't back away from it.
Because you keep trying to figure it out.
It's definitely made my breath better.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's the beer equivalent of
Bad beer.
huffing cleaning product.
Yeah.
I'm basically huffing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm getting high off of your cleaning product beer.
Exactly. So what's happened is that there's a lot of huffing that you didn't do as a young Mormon boy.
That's true. That's
and
right.
now
I'm making
you're
up for lost
You're
time.
making up your huff here as an adult.
Every day I'm huffling. I'm sorry.
Listen, this is
I'm fired.
immaterial. I
I'm
have
firing
no
myself.
problem. I have no problem. Here, now, Mike, come.
I will go.
Smell it. Let's go.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Take a whiff.
Thank you for letting me pop in.
Smells better than I
Oh, no,
Yeah.
the smell is good.
really good.
What do you think? So Mike is now drinking it.
Here's the
It tastes
play-by-play.
like medicine or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it tastes
Yeah.
like medicine or something. Right on the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on the bottle.
Yeah.
No, you ruined it.
So in Mike's estimation, it has been ruined. So what we have here is a beer that is incredibly challenging. Only for the
Stout of heart.
well, exactly. Only for the true enthusiast. If everybody liked it, then it wouldn't be cool.
Yeah.
So this is
the
probably
hipster of beer?
This is probably the coolest beer.
Yeah.
Or the Christmas album.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is the elf on the shelf of beers.
Yeah.
This is a beer that waits in judgment on the mantle. Right? Now, so what do you think, Quentin? It's novel.
I actually really like it.
See, this is bold. But you spend all day around fragrant woods.
Yeah. This like just brings me back home.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're being summoned.
No, I want to make sure that you introduce them and they know.
I have done so. This is Quentin from Elderwood.
Yes.
So if we've rolled a 20, and you have gotten a cool box, it's this motherfucker.
Yep.
Now, so I was going to say, so you spend most of your time around rich, redolent woods, and so for you, this is a beer that's fine. You're okay with this level of wood.
It should give me nightmares.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. And there's different approaches. Like there's definitely oaked beers. There's definitely oaked ales. that happens. And I find oak much more challenging than I find the pine.
Yep.
Like the spruce I don't find as challenging because it has that sort of like high note.
Yeah.
Like if I drink like an oak barreled ale, like a Scottish ale, for me I can't differentiate it from poison. Like there's just like when I try to drink it and it's like I try to be a good sport. Like I always assume that the fault lies with me when it's some kind of a taste thing, right?
Yep.
And so I'll sit and sip it and try to figure it out. If it has that oak taste, like in a spirit, I can do it, right? But with a beer, there's just something about it that as soon as it gets on the tongue, I'm like, no, this is like my body is like, that's not safe. Don't drink it.
Right.
Which is a novel experience from a curatorial perspective.
You guys have some like really good malty undertones.
Right.
Oh no, we specialize in rad malt bills. So
man, I gotta come back more often.
no, come back, dude, come back and see us. And if you really want to, come back sometime and sit in, and we'll try to figure out a brew that works for you thematically.
That'd be cool.
Right? Because you've done all kinds of cool stuff like with the scroll cases. Yeah. And like we do that but for beer. Like we do nerd shit for beer. Let's come back in, sit right there, have the mic on the whole time, and let's do something cool. But all the recipes are made with the channel.
This is your guys' recipe list?
Oh yeah. So we actually so we have beer brewing. We have beer brewing right here. And then here in just a few seconds, we're gonna go to the channel and we're gonna build a beer from the ground up. And then next week we'll brew that beer, and then we'll try one of the beers that is from the fermenter a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, cool.
No, it's a good setup, man. You should definitely come back.
Do you think I can get one for the road?
Yeah, right. I can hook that up. There you go.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being here.
Yeah.
Oh no, enjoy yourself.
By.
Enjoy.
Have fun. All right, now. So
Now
we got to
the question
get
of the day.
Yeah.
What do we want to do this week?
Yeah, let's see.
I can't remember. I don't know if the chat knows, but we said last week there was a beer. Okay, we're going to save this for next week, and I cannot remember for the life of me what it was.
We fucked it up.
Yeah.
Holy! I had 3 sips. I'm buzzing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot there. There's a lot there. So what we've learned is that Geoff is messed up. Yeah, we definitely can. Zeno, we can pull the thing, but it's also I'm not doing the 100% best job that I could. So, we need a good theme, character-wise. Does anybody have some cool themes out there? So, Welver.
There was the Underdark. That was one of the beers. The Underdark. It's the beer with Captain Crunch.
Yep. So, Welver.
Oh, God's Blood. What was that? Remember that?
Oh no, that's from the second or third episode.
Yeah.
Remember? With Oak True Strike.
Yeah. It was something for the Underdark, right? Hutwich, we can do a Marzan, and we'll probably do that one next. Well, we could do it today, too.
We could. Oh, the Shadow Council. Was that it?
Was that it?
Amber Shard.
Oh, that's a good one.
Tasty.
Holly, the mead's doing great. It's still fermenting down below in the depths of...
It's all falling out of suspension, right?
Yeah. It's going very, very well.
Chaos, tasty. Oh, Cookie Mom. So, channel, you may not know, Cookie Mom is a part of the Cookie Brigade at PAX shows. And if you've been to a PAX, you've almost certainly sampled their wares. So it looks like we got a combination here, a collabo, if you will.
Oh, interesting.
No, Sauté Monkey, it did not blow up. It's fine. It has the bung on top. It's great.
We still have a warehouse.
It's great. And Niana, fear not. We will go crazy on that stuff right here on the show. Ooh, you see Traken's idea?
Oh yeah.
So you do a Perkins beer called Player's Tears.
That's about right.
Well, and a Goza would be a good call. And honestly, like we have a Goza that we made called Unwarranted Advantage for Viari. That, in my opinion, that's the best Goza I've had.
Yeah.
I feel like it gets the balance right.
Yeah.
Oak, brews, strike, Calderon. Now,
Nice.
so we need one more. We need one more.
Sure. What do we got down now?
We have Welver and God's Blood.
Oh, okay, yeah. An herb beer.
Grainal Fissure. Harumph.
That's great.
Yeah, Viking Goat. There is definitely a dramatis personae that Ac Inc. Updates maintains. So we have done one for Coriander already.
We have done, yeah. Toothbrush.
Long Rest is going for
Long
Dinar.
Rest is going, and also Pale Imitation was the other one we did for Dinar.
True, we got a couple there. Gold Acorn. No, and we do have Secret Stash for
Yeah.
Barnabas the Nut Lord.
Yep.
So we're solid on that.
Yeah.
Cranium Rat.
Oh, God, what would that
Interesting.
be?
Auspicia.
Oh, interesting. The Mimir.
Oh, the Mimir is very cool. You know
Yeah.
what? Here, we can do Taste Tea.
Oh, yeah, it was Underdark Porter. That was the one we were.
Oh, there we
thinking
go.
of,
We'll do
yeah.
Underdark.
The Elder Brian, yes, that's a great one too.
So let's throw that out there.
Womp womp.
Oh, no, Josh, I don't see the poll on the screen. Oh, there you go.
Hey, whoa, Welver's taking off.
Yeah, Welver's going wild. Oh, but also,
God,
Precious
look at
Channel.
Look at that.
Take a look.
Look at how dark it is already.
Take a look at the Ac Inc. Now, this is just round one. Mm-hmm. This is just the dough in. This is going to get drained all the way out. It's going to come back and hit this at a higher temp and get even darker.
Ooh, Underdark's taking the lead a little. I thought Welver was going to kind of run away with it because that's a fun character to play around.
And we'll definitely get there, but Underdark is a vast concept.
Oh,
There's
absolutely.
actually a lot of cool stuff you can do in there. We've never done a dark ale.
No, we haven't. We could do a dark mild. We could do a porter. There's a lot of different.
Exactly.
A dark mild would be kind of fun to play around with.
There's something surprising, right?
Yep. We could go with a Dunkel, which would be neat.
Ooh, a Dunkel's very good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Underdark's still running.
Nah, I think Underdark is coming out. I'll give it maybe 15 more seconds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like a Dunkel, we could get that good and dark.
Yeah.
Like darker maybe than the traditional SRM would be for the style.
Sure.
But still maintain the flavor.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They want to know if we have the
Menzo
capability.
Birazan?
Yeah, they want to know if we have the capability to make a Bach.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You can easily do a Bach.
Hide pull from overlay. All right, so we have Underdark. Now, style.
Yes.
So there's a few ways we could approach that.
Right.
Right?
So we could go with the dark mild, which is going to be a British ale
Yeah, I was just
style.
going to say, no, I'm not familiar with that style at all.
Yeah. So another one, it's malt forward. It's sessionable. You're going to get a lot of dark malts and dark sugars.
Okay. Well, I feel like malt forward, dark sugar.
Yeah,
we
nail that one.
Yeah, it really does sell that one pretty well. So we're also talking about Marzan, not going to be dark enough.
No,
Right.
they're usually more amber in color.
Okay, we should have Jessica back on the show.
I know,
If we're
right?
gonna do a
Good
Marzan,
Marzan,
we should
Jessica
just have
Marzan,
Jessica
yeah.
come back.
Another
Dark
one
World is good. Yeah.
Is the Dunkel. This is going to be rich and complex dark malts. You're going to get toasty and chocolatey flavors inside of this beer. But it's not going to be harsh or roasted, as you guys can see.
Yeah. So toasty, not roasty.
Yep.
Right. Now, what's the threequel?
I would say a Bach.
Yeah. tell me about Box.
Let me tell you about Box. So Box, it's kind of the same thing. Deep malt flavors. You're going to get a little more hop in these than anything else. Brighter. And what you do with a Bock is a lot of it's with the decoction mashing, where you're going to be. We'll use the melanoidin malts. We'll use the melanoidin malts to get that same chocolatey goodness out of the flavor.
So the melanoidin malt is basically a malted malt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the malts.
All right. So thank you very much, Taurus. Now, so Go Wild.
ABVs, yeah.
Yeah.
So if we're looking at a Bock, we're going to be looking at 7 to 10%. The dark and mild is going to be sessionable, or the dark mild, I should say. I'm thinking dark and stormy.
Dark mild.
Dark mild. So a dark mild, just to talk about it a little bit. The alcohol, the ABV is anywhere from 3 to 4%. So it's incredibly sessionable.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say. I mean, that's so that's like a real ale or something.
Yep.
That's just you roll down to the pub and you can fill a table with.
Yeah, and the hops are not prevalent in this beer at all.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not even familiar with the style. Oh man, I see some Dunkel fans out there. I support you. I support you 100%. That is going to be good stuff.
Yeah, so the classic flavor profiles of a Dunkel is rich, elegant, deep malty sweetness. I mean, typically bread crust.
Well, as they say, but this is like a classic German style.
Exactly. You're going to get chocolate, nuts, caramel.
Which was Velvet Cape and Velvet Rope.
Velvet Cape. Let's check it out, because we can do that.
Yeah.
That was a Dunkel Weiss, so it was a Dunkel wheat beer.
A wheat Dunkel. Yeah. There we go.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Dunkel is going to murder this.
Under Dunkel? There we go.
Yeah, it's the underdunk. It's the underdunk, right? I am ready for that. Now, so I think that we have secured from our friends a verdict.
I believe so. Okay, let me get this rolling. All right, so let's talk about where we want this to fall in a couple different spectrums.
Yeah.
So first, let's talk about our ABV. The standard is 4.5 to about 5.5. Now, we can either stay in there or make it a little stronger.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and for the Underdark, I'm going to take it to 6.5.
Okay.
So for the Underdark version of a Dunkel, I don't think it would be too crazy. I don't think it would be too crazy for this to, have the Dunkel characteristics and profile, but be tough.
Right.
Right? So there was a period of time where they ended up going to the Journeyman. So I had to make it up on the spot. Like, for some reason, Dinar and Rosie really wanted brunch. So I set them up with some kind of midnight dwarven Underdark brunch.
This could be there for brunch. This could be your brunch beer.
It could be something in that. It could be something in that continuum. Oh yeah, see, they want it. They want to make. They want to make the strongest Dunkel on Earth.
The Shadow Council is back, or the Amber Council is back.
Back. No, but what I think is interesting is that we can roll that 6.5 and make that strong version of it. But generally speaking, even when we have the options, we still more or less color within the lines. I think this is going to be a very interesting
Me too.
product as a result.
Yeah. You want to give Top Holly's beer off a little?
I do. I'm going to let that run a little bit more.
Yeah, the strongest Dunkel under the earth. Agreed.
Yeah. Yes, that's that fresh scent.
Yes.
That's that fresh scent I remember.
Now throw a couple of these in there. We're gonna poison Holly a little.
Oh, these are your carbonation tablets?
Yep.
Well, they
A
fit.
slam Dunkel?
All right. Looking good. Yes, the Amador is already trying to name it. Listen,
Yeah.
we're not there yet, but obviously keep that in mind. But we're going to get there.
Troglodyte.
I love it. No, 6.5, man.
I love it, yeah.
But it's going to be, because it's actually going to be a great combo.
Yeah.
Like that, like being heavy is going to be okay with that type of syrupy sweep.
Agreed. Let me pull up.
Man, some of the best memories that I have as a conscious being involve these massive mugs that one is served beer in Germany.
Yeah.
There is something about the Dunkel in the glass with all the circles. There is something about the color
magical.
and the richness of the Dunkel in like the heavy mug. And also it's solid glass, and so you have to really want it.
Yeah.
You have to exert yourself.
But then when you're clanking, I mean, it feels really great, right?
Yeah, but literally, I had to work to lift these fucking things. But it's like me,
Yeah, you're
I'm
a liter of
no,
Dunkel?
exactly. I'm like at the Hofbrauhaus or whatever. I'm like,
You're like a hobbit behind this giant mug.
oh,
like,
it's terrifying. No, like a brownie.
Yeah.
More like a brownie from
Willow.
from Willow, just getting dunked in there. But it's like you look over here, and it's like I'm like, ugh, and there's like a woman walking by that has like 10.
Yeah, like nothing. Like it's nothing. You're
like
just like
nothing. She's got 3 pretzels, 10 liters
liters.
of beer. It's no problem. All right, now it's a positive experience drink in Germany if you have
The
any
opportunity.
possibility. I mean, I did it in 2003, and I think about it once or twice a week in 2018.
Yeah.
So definitely a good investment.
So let's talk about color.
I love it.
These run. Let's see. These run about 14 to 28 on the SRM scale. So if you look on this,
ours may not. Ours may go a little crazy.
yeah. So 14 is going to give us a golden hue to it.
You could, no, listen. I mean, obviously the Golden Dwarves in Ilkazar,
Yeah.
they're down there for a reason.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, they're mining gold.
This is what I mean. So there's 2 ways of thinking about it.
Yep.
Are we going to deliver something that is evocative of that prized
Right. Exactly.
color, or are we going to go a little bit different and sort of move into a darker dimension? Like, I feel like there is a case to be made for the rich golden color.
Yeah, I think they can really swing either way on this one.
Yeah.
And then 28 is the high end of this beer, and it's going to give us that red hue. But we could go even darker. We could go to, say, a 35 if we wanted to.
Yeah.
A 34.
That's what we should do. At least that's my feeling. Just because I'm thinking about it in the glass.
Absolutely.
Right? I'm thinking about it like through those little orbs in the side of the mug.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh, it's getting up there. It's getting up there. You work hard.
You work
Eat
hard.
your vitamins.
All right. So what are we at? Oh, the 34 is easily crushing this this pole.
Oh, it's eating it up.
Yeah.
All right. What are we looking at here?
Imagine a dark Dunkel. Yes.
Oh, yeah, see, they want it. They want it. They want it to make an impression immediately upon pour, right?
Yeah, look at this. The same Brian. Already secured an area in Terminal Market.
Oh, in the Reading Terminal Market
That's
for it.
rad, dude.
Well, I was just gonna say, we had heard the same thing. We had heard it was rentable upstairs, And that's right across. That's right by the facility. So
Yeah.
that's awesome shit. SRM 41 from Kits McGee. SRM Beyond. Oh man, yeah. 34 is running it.
Yeah.
34 is running the game. There we are. All right. Now, we got some SRM.
Okay.
We got the value.
Value added proposition.
Mm-hmm.
Next, VAP.
For lack of a better term.
Let's talk about our IBUs. These are going to be very low. It's not going to be a hoppy beer. You're looking between...
No, sir.
Yeah. You're looking between 18 and 28. Driders on the Storm.
Nerds.
That's great.
This is exactly the audience you want. Like if you could sit down and
Right.
pick it. If
This
you could
is
sit
it.
down and just
This is
choose the
it.
audience, like you select members of a jury. Like that's
like-
who you want.
Yeah. Cookie Mom, IBU is the International Bittering Units, and it's what we use to determine how hoppy and bitter a beer is.
Exactly. So if you're looking at like an IPA, like that face that people make
Yeah, that's going to be...
after they drink an IPA,
Yeah.
generally speaking, it's a function of the IBUs.
Yeah. So when you think of IPAs, it's going to be 50 IBUs and up.
And up.
Yeah, and it can go really up. Oddly enough, your tongue can't taste above 85, but
Well,
we still make beers above that.
Yeah. It's because it's important.
Yeah. But so if you think of hops and IPAs at being 50 to 55 and higher, we're looking at this beer being down 18 to 28.
Oh yeah, it's much, much farther down. And
Yeah.
even then, even in the higher range, even at that 28 range, the beer is designed to be sweet, right? And so even at that level of bitterness, the sweetness is going to kick its ass. Yeah. They like it right in the middle. And I feel like that's...
I'm not against this.
I'm not mad at it, as they say. Clues. There are absolutely hopless beers. They are called Groots. Archer, it is going to be a sweet embrace. Believe it. Now, 18 has its constituency, but I think ultimately 23 came out on top.
Yep.
Now, Dragon Breath had an interesting question. Does IBU apply to other foods? Is it like an international measurement thing? I know that SRM is definitely... SRM doesn't just apply to beers, I understand.
Yeah, I don't... I've actually never looked into it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen it applied to or to beer.
Well, I was like lemon sourness. I was trying to find how to rate it. And generally speaking, everything I'm pulling up here is a strain of marijuana. I've got my choice. There's the sour lemon OG Kush, I guess.
Sure. What strain do you want today?
Yeah. What's it going to take to get you? All right. So now it's Grainsville.
Hey.
Are you ready for?
Are you ready to?
Are you ready for a bold palate
world?
challenge?
Whoa.
Yes. Yes.
This is a tree in a glass. Let's just say.
So is it hoppy, or is it just got that same?
I don't know. I don't know how I would put it.
I wouldn't classify it as hoppy at all. Yeah, this is going to be pure spruce. But what's fascinating is it's spruce on the nose, and then it's chocolatey and caramel, almost like a cookie underneath. It is wild.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah,
Weird, right?
It's weird. It's weird.
I've never smelled a beer like that.
But
Yeah.
it's weird, but I can't stop trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what it is? It's like, have you ever seen that Perplexus? It's like those balls, those like plastic balls with the mazes inside for the little ball.
Oh yeah.
This is like a perplexus for your mouth, trying to figure out what's going on here.
But
it's like, is it pine chapstick? What are the tastes?
I don't know, but the malt bill is so fantastic. Like if we could take the spruce off, I want to take a spruce off.
So tasty.
Yeah, right. The malt build is absolutely fantastic.
No, I have to give you that.
Yeah.
No matter what else is happening here.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. It might be interesting to part this malt build out
Yeah.
and try either other additions or play it straight.
Yeah, just see what
because
it's like
this
as
is
a beer.
very, very like the fact that it can contend with that at all
Right,
is
is
to its
wild.
credit. Now,
Okay, so when you make a Dunkel,
yeah,
Dunkels are predominantly Munich malt.
it's part of the style.
Yeah, at minimum, the malt build is 80% Munich. At maximum, it's 100% Munich. So they're usually, those are the two ways you go with it. So if let's say we do a little, we go lower on the scale and make it an 80% Munich malt.
Then we play around a bit.
Then we play around with a lot of the flavors and other facets.
So
of
really, we want to do the first choice we want is: are we doing Munich at 80 or are we doing Munich at 100?
Right.
Right. Just because.
Well, let's say 90, because we still want to add some grains in for coloring. Because with Munich
we got to
malt,
go
we
down.
gotta go dark.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is if we go with 90, we'll add some Pilsner malt in there as well, for flavoring and for some more sugars.
Yeah.
Especially because we went higher in ABV on this beer.
Right.
So with a normal.
So are the two choices 80 and 90?
Yeah, I would do 80 and 90.
I messed up. But because Pol ME is so great, I can just reuse that Pol.
What?
I know, it's incredible. Like, it's the best service I've ever gotten from someone who I don't know. Now, sorry about that. So basically, you want to make sure that there is a little bit of room at the end to make sure we can crank sugars.
We can crank sugars, flavor, and a color.
Yeah, exactly. The color.
Because we went exceptionally dark on this one.
Yeah, we have to bring that SRM in the right level. Yeah, but see, they like 80, and I know why. It's because they want to play. Mm-hmm. And I would say, honestly, I would say that the malt, I would say that the grain bills, as they say, for the show are pretty novel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, like, when you take a stout, some stouts are literally just two grains, two different kinds of grains.
And they're good.
And that's the traditional way of making a stout.
Yeah. And it's real good.
Yeah.
Right? You can put it in your crop.
Yeah. But we have the ability, because of, one, batch size, and we're doing it for fun, to play around with all these different flavors.
Like, all we do, T-Pain, all he does is win, no matter what.
Yeah.
Now, we just experiment. And we have many, many successful experiments. But I think that one of the things that makes them novel and makes them stand out, even with all the other weird stuff we try, is because the base is good.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is what's happening. They want Munich 80, and we got to give it to them.
Hey, you know what? I'm not opposed.
Yeah.
I mean, the Amber Council is pretty darn good.
Yeah, they reign.
With their flavors.
So what's next? So now it's the next
episode
curatorial grain that we're going to throw in. So basically, is your next choice going to be about color? About whatever we can use to drop that SRM into the Underdark?
It's going to be more about flavor, because with the flavors that we add, that's going to add color as well.
That's true, depending on which one we choose.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the flavor profile that we want to use for this. So what's really great about Beersmith is you can go in and pop open the flavor profiles of the beers. So we know that this is going to be deep malts, bread crusty, hints of chocolate and nut and caramel
you mean
and
in
toffee.
terms of the style?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're looking at carafas, chocolate malts, things in that nature.
Yeah.
But we don't want to add too much flavor. This should still be have a light mouthfeel and sweet.
Easy to drink.
Yeah. You don't want it to be a glass full of chocolate.
No, because then it wouldn't be a Dunkel. Like playing with the style is fine, but we are trying to make that style.
Exactly.
They voted for that style.
Right.
We must maintain it.
Exactly. So what we want to look at first, because this will determine a little later if we want to add some more Pilsner malt into this, which will mute a lot of the flavors.
True.
Let's talk about. We got some chocolate.
Chocolate malt.
Chocolate malt.
So that's gonna be a toasty chocolate flavor.
Yep.
With rich color.
Yep. We can do a Crystal 80. This is going to add head retention and a deeper caramel flavor. And we won't overdo it, so we'll do Carafa 1.
Yeah. Yeah, because Carafa is gauged like elephant guns, right? I mean, it's like, it's a serious thing.
Yeah, I mean, your SRM on that is going to be around 300 to start, or excuse me, 337 is the average.
Right.
When you go up to Carafa 3, you're looking at 525. So with other beers that we did, if you remember when we added the Carafa to the mix, we added 1/4 pound and it drops the color
right
instantly, dramatically.
S.A. Wells wants to know if this stronger, darker Dunkel is a Drunkel. And I think that there's a case to be made.
Ooh, I like that. It's neat that they're going more towards the chocolate malt.
Yes.
Because you'll see that. We won't even have to add too much. And
to get
it
there.
Is going to...
But no, we messed them up with this caramel. So, because they're coming after this Carafa in a big way. Actually, no, there's the chocolate malt jumping back up.
Wow.
I feel like I'm calling a horse race.
Right?
But it's true. It's true. Like in a Dunkel, the caramel syrup sweet, that's generally that's an assumption of the genre.
Right, but it's also, it's not, it doesn't hit you in the face. It's still very light on the taste.
Yeah.
You'll get it, but it's not a thick caramel.
2 C's.
Thick.
Man, chocolate malt. Man, I thought for sure it was going to be Carafa. But anyway, no, chocolate malt is a huge...
I like it, yeah.
Chocolate malt is going to be a huge winner in this because it's not... Because remember, we're talking about 80% of this is already taken up with Munich.
Right.
Right? This is just a like a choose your own adventure aspect,
exactly.
Right?
All right. Oh, chocolate's making its way.
Chocolate's making around.
Coming around the top. We got chocolate. We got chocolate. Is that Carafa coming back? I don't know. One day.
Orion Rogue, understand that we break rules here. Use chocolate malt in a Dunkel. We're madmen.
The other one we can do is what we'll put in after this, is a melanoidin malt, which is going to help simulate the decoction mashing.
Exactly. So the extra, it's bonus malt. Let's see, Dankest Maymays. It's your first time checking anything like this out. How long does it take to brew the beer that we're making now? So the brewing process is only going to go from maybe 12 to 3:30 or 4. And then at that point, basically, at the end of the process, this will pump all of this out here. So this is called wort. This material that we've constructed from the hops and grains. That's going to go over there. We're going to cool it down so that when we add the yeast, it doesn't destroy the yeast. Thank you, Magical Rice Ball. It's got to come down to a certain level so the yeast can do its dark work. And then, it'll rest in there as long as it's going to rest. And that depends on the style. But a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks is typically appropriate for
most
styles.
ales, yeah.
No, it was a rough ride, but I think chocolate malt won.
Okay, so I'll show you guys what it looks like to add just a little bit of chocolate malt.
Just a touch of the flavorful
Because
malt.
we only want hints of chocolate in this. It shouldn't be overpowering.
Right. It should be part of the process.
Yep. So this is what it's like when we add 1/4 pound to the malt. It went from an 8 SRM all the way up to a 20.
Oh, Josh.
Oops, sorry guys.
No, let's throw on the Brew Smith or Beer Smith up on the main screen.
So if you look at the color up in the right-hand corner, we're sitting at about 8. This 1/4 pound is going to bring it right up to about 20.
Which is beautiful.
So let's say we'll add some melanoid.
Our melanoidin malts, where do they sit on SRM?
They're only 35.
Really? Okay.
But what it's going to do is it's going to add some flavors that we want to see. Melanoid malt. Actually, it's 20. Regular melanoid. But we don't want to add too much of this.
It's just there to simulate that process, right?
Yep. Oh God, what did we? What were we hitting at for our SRM? It was like 34.
34.
Okay. Now, here's where I'll give you guys the choice. Do we want to add more chocolate malt, or do we want to add some just some crystal malt in there? Crystal is going to give us a little more of the caramel flavor, like the melanoidin is doing. The chocolate is going to add just a little more of that chocolatey taste to it, but we just don't want to add too much.
So it's more crystal or more melanoidin?
Angus, the best melanoidin and melanoidin, best is the brand.
Yeah, best malts.
Yeah. Chocolate chunkle.
Chunkle. Disco King. Crystal 120, baby.
The chat will always vote chocolate. I don't know. The chat's getting definitely more.
A blasted treat. I would definitely say that chocolate definitely is more on the earthy side. But I think that we can come in with the right amount of the right hop.
Yeah.
And that will give us that base.
Exactly.
So Rosella using the dark emote to celebrate.
I love it. The caves are full of crystal?
This dark beverage. Well, it's true. I would say there's crystals all over the place.
Yeah.
If you look at the actual map of the Underdark, it's like a massive geode in most places. Niana wants to know if it's possible to use cocoa nibs.
Yeah.
And there are definitely beers that use cocoa nibs.
Yeah.
They go wild on a nib.
Did you get wild on that nib?
Yeah, you have no choice. Yeah, also The Dark Crystal is a great movie.
Fantastic. Actually,
argument over.
Yeah, done.
We saw that Dark Crystal game over at Mox, and it's just like, this is very hard not to buy.
Yeah, I'm like,
it's the Dark Crystal.
Even if it's a bad game, I still just want to have it.
No, I saw like a Skeksis right there on the front, and I was like, I hate these birds, but I still want to possess them somehow.
Right?
I don't like basically I want to buy it so I can keep my eye on them.
Yeah.
Because these are dangerous birds.
Oh, we got some cool hops that we can put in here. Getting nibby with it? Malagron.
Here, so it's more crystal.
More crystal? Okay, so let's check out some crystal. I'll show you guys what the 120 will do. And we'll start at a quarter of a pound. We're at 20 SRM right now. So if we had a quarter of a pound, it goes right up to 23, and we can just keep...
Lovely.
There's what a pound of crystal is going to look like. And that's bordering on 33.
But then look at the head retention. Like, look at the color of the foam color. Oof. Oof.
These things do not suck.
No, this is a premium experience.
And what did we say our ABV was going to be?
You're just past 6.5.
Okay. So we can do one of two things, or actually no, we'll increase the Munich.
Yeah,
So I don't want to put more.
No more of the other stuff.
6.5, you say?
6.5. It's a massive Dunkel bomb.
There we go. We're at 6.4. That
Sure.
is
I know our
wider.
color's goofa dandy.
It's still up at 36.7.
Okay, perfect.
So we can drop it down one, and we're at 34.
There
we go.
It's like this is the toughest part I think about this show. At least the last few. It's just like you don't want to wait. You just want to have it. Like I look at that glass and I just want to have it.
Now.
I want to have
And then you look to your left, and this beautiful.
Oh, when you see this,
rich
but look
beer
at
is-
this. I mean, now that we're at Mash 1, look at where this color for the Acquisitions Inc. Is at right now. Good Lord.
And what's really neat to see is if you look throughout the grain bed, the splashings of the different malts that are in there.
Oh yeah,
with the
you can
coloring.
actually you can get a sense of everything that we have added inside this mix. Oh man, that looks good. So
let's talk hops.
yeah,
Now, we were sitting at around 23 IBUs. Now, with a Dunkel, we're going to look at some classic German hops that we can put into this.
right.
You don't want, this is not a hoppy beer, so
No,
you
it wouldn't.
just use it to bitter the malts. So the first one we'll talk about is Hallertau, which is a pleasant, mild, spicy flavor. It's clean, it's crisp. The next one, we're bringing it back to where it all started. Tet.
I'm all about it.
This is one of the noble hops. It's spicy and it's a very spicy a flavoring that you're going to get off the tongue.
Spicy, yeah, exactly.
Spicy but mild.
and mild.
You're not going to get that hop aroma throughout your beer from it. And the last one, this is going to be neat. This is another German hop called Brewer's Gold. This is a little outside the box. I mean, I shouldn't say a little outside the box.
Yeah.
It's not horribly outside the box, but
What do you think?
it tastes like it adds the black currant
Oh,
fruit.
fruit?
Yep, and a little bit of spice there as well.
That is gonna be weird. I like it though.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Nevermore. This is the theme for this one is the Underdark itself.
Gold in the Underdark is a yes.
Oh yeah, Brewer's Gold. That makes perfect sense. Oh man, Brewer's Gold is kicking ass.
Wow.
It jumped out there big. Oh man, look at
that color.
Now that the grain bed is actually full. Oof. Very nice. Yeah, it was such a dense bill that it couldn't even form a vortex.
No.
It was just very confident.
Yeah, it was tough, stern, and says, "You're not going to twist me."
No, it's like I call the shots.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, Viking Goat, you and I are on the same page. I
Absolutely.
honestly can't. The richness of this, it looks so good.
Uncle, we could use Saz. Saz is very parallel to the Tet in that sense.
Oh, which you need this here? Is this what we're looking for? We've already blessed the grains down in Africa, right? Understand that I pet these grains for your benefit and also for the benefit of the brewing process itself, but this is 152 degrees. It's pretty legit up in there. Now, Brewer's Gold came out on top, my friend.
Nice. Now, do you remember what we were going for the IBUs on this one? 23?
Yeah. Right in the middle.
So
between the alcohol and this grain bill, 23 is going to melt away.
Yep. So we're looking at a little bit over a half an ounce. Let's hit it with 0.6 on here. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a little too much, so we'll get 0.55. Boom. 0.55 will get us right to 23.
Oh, looking good. Now, have we entered yeast mode?
We are in yeast territory, my friend. Let us...
So you're going to have your classic, right? You're going to have your classic old ale yeast, right?
Yep.
I mean, because it's a very common, straightforward
here's
style,
the thing.
right?
These are lagered, right? So we have...
Oh, right.
So we're going to be looking at some... first, we'll go with the Bavarian lager. This is going to be full-bodied, rich in malt.
So that's second start of the right on till morning. Like that's the classic,
exactly.
right? So it's classic malt forward.
Yep.
Now, do you have something novel out there?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Something crazy. Something heretical.
Let us see what we can... What is Budvar lager? Malty nose and subtle fruit.
Ooh. Let's try something new.
Let's try this.
This is Budvar?
Budvar, B-U-D-V-A-R. This is rich and malty with a subtle fruit hints. Hopefully we can get our hands on some.
Yeah, if not, we'll do the best we can to get something that confers the same values.
Yep. Uncle, I was thinking about the Bohemian Lager, but we've used that one before. So we kind of wanted to go in a little different direction.
Oh, no. Eric, look.
Wow.
It is even better than it was 10 seconds ago. When I told you to look at it then, I was excited then, but I was wrong.
How are you feeling now?
Oh my gosh. And just look at it coming down through the screen.
I know,
It's just perfected
This
down
is actually
here.
really one of the joys of the Pico is seeing this
Well, exactly,
process.
because generally speaking, you're looking down in a kettle.
Exactly.
Right? Oh man, see, they want to try this. They want to go in there, especially after the hopping. They want to come in and pull out some of the fruit on top. But it has a rich malt nose. We're still doing everything we want to do in terms of the form. Bring it up. Now you have something else.
Yeah, this is going to be fascinating. And this is another one where we could do two batches, do one with the regular Bavarian lager and then one with...
Oh, look at this. So S.A. Wells says that Budvar, whatever it's called, is the name of the Czech village that this beer is called. Like it probably mean from Budvar.
Yeah.
Budweiser would mean from Budvar, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Or Budvar. Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, St. Brian wants to know. So we came out of here with the Budvar. I'm sure it's War. St. Brian wants to know what else you can make in the Pico.
Steak.
No,
It's delicious.
So he actually, you have like a vacuum sealer and stuff, right? But I have a friend that does sous vide even just in
like the
plastic
little tub.
bags.
Yeah.
So you can set it on a special program to do sous vide cooking. The new versions, the Pico Z, that has coffee and kombucha as well.
Really? Wait, you can roast beans in it, or
No. Like
you can do a drip.
you do cold brew coffee.
What?
In the device. Well, for the new one, they're trying to sell it basically to restaurants and saying, hey, you can
You can do this all in one.
you can have this stuff for your own restaurant. You can have your own cold brew your own kombucha.
That's amazing.
Right? Anyway, so there's a few things you can do with the new one, but I'd be surprised if some of that stuff didn't come back.
That is.
I bet it's one firmware, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So boudoir, ready to go.
Love it.
What's next?
What are we going to name this beer?
Oh, we need a name for this Underdark beverage, friends. Okay, see, Nevermore, and we've heard this a couple times. They want to get ACK in, either in beer form or panel form at a
East, yeah. Well,
at a show.
yeah.
It's just tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to bring gallons and gallons of alcohol into the show.
Yeah, we'd probably just have to do it like we're doing now.
Here we go. Under the table. I like that.
Under Dunkel. Der Unterdark. Der Unterdark. I like that. 50 grains darker. The Underdunk, yes. A dark spore. The Dunkel Dark. Imagine a Dunkel beer.
Underdunk is good.
Spieldunker.
Drinking Pax yeast.
Dark matriarchy. Dritz do drinking.
Menzo Berenzin.
Berenzian. Menzo Berenzin.
Attack the Dunkness. Tasteful. Same brand. Dunkel Shade of Dark. Shifting Shadows.
Oh, that's fun.
Is in.
Yeah. Cloaker's Spirit.
Dunkel Dark.
Down in Dunkel Rock.
Bump, bump.
Dun, dun.
Like men can't Dunkel. We've proven
Nice.
that. We've proven that wrong.
Beholder the
Dunkel
beer.
Ground, get Dunkeled. Drunken Dwarf.
A darker shade of
Calderon, there will be a time for Icewind Ale. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would be interesting.
Oh, we'll get there.
The Cloak and Dagger, yeah. The Cloaker and Dagger.
Cooked horror hooch.
Ooh. Down in Dunkeltown. Boom, boom. Prayer of the yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Underdog. Spieldunker. Clackers Brew. Yeah. Drow Piss.
Yeah, but I like Drow Piss.
Yeah.
But it would be another name. It'd be
Yeah.
like the term for it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Culturally, that works.
Grain Flayer.
No, here, I'm going to put in Elder Grain.
Dungeons and Dunkels. Yes.
Try one of those, friends. See what you like best.
Underdunkel, yeah, Underdunkel's good. Did you get Elder Grain? Yeah.
Tossed it in just at the end.
It's good.
Well, it gets down there, right? And
Yeah.
Because it'll be like sort of that Elder Brian product.
Absolutely.
Right? Ooh, and I do think that Shifting Shadows is also very
That's
good.
really good.
Hey, Hahan Tamashi, we are doing, back here in the Pico, we have Acquisitions Inc., the collaboration that we did with Amy the Falcon, also known as Walnut Dawn Grass. The beer that we drank was Suboptimal. The collaboration we did with Holly Conrad, who you may know better as Strix or Fancy Boy.
Fancy Boy.
Or Styx.
Sticks.
From the Star Wars game. It was novel. It had notes of tree.
You want to say notes? I feel like it had,
It had tree.
an orchestra of a tree
But, here,
in
but
it.
this, but the
it's
bottom of the
different,
glass
right?
smells so good. Like, that is just good.
That's how that's what I want it to taste
exactly.
like. Through and
It's like generally speaking, it's like they have those like novelty candles, and yet you want to drink them. Mm-hmm. Like this is like the candle you want to drink, basically.
Uncle, I don't know if New Belgium could supply a special set of kegs for PAX. That would be interesting.
Let us know.
Let us know, yeah. Nevermore, Holly was fantastic on the C team.
Oh, Holly's a beast.
She killed it.
Holly's a beast 24/7, and she is going back into DCA today.
Yeah.
With the equipment that we gave her. I talked to Chris Perkins about who it is, who that person is, what level they are, what sorts of things they can pull off. Mm-hmm. Talked about the pocket watch that Holly was able to purchase from Moral Coldbluth in the Underdark. So hopefully when she comes back to help her friends, she'll have an opportunity.
Yeah.
Iana, this is a very dark, very strong Dunkel. And I think that this very dark, very strong Dunkel for the Underdark is going to be called Elder Grain.
Elder Grain. It's good.
Nope. It's going to work. It's going to work like a charm. Hey, and it's 1:20 now, so you have a chance to go wild on a few questions from the channel if you'd like. I tried to grab a few during the show, but let's take a look.
Yeah, I think we're... Would you describe suboptimal as medicinal? That's one word for it.
Yes. Yeah. I would say that's true. Now, you should know, I mean, part of the interest that we had in doing it was that, so last week we cracked a Jolly Roger, a winter ale, a Christmas ale. Thank you for remaining my discussion. Oh, indeed. Now, but we had a flight of different versions of that beer that we'd had last week.
Yeah.
From different tries. And so they had like a sherry, or like a cherry cordial one.
Yep.
And there was a lot, there was a lot of medicinal tastes in that range. They weren't my favorite, but they do exist, and they do have proponents.
Yeah. Red Larch wants to know, could you make a marijuana beer? You could, actually. There are breweries that are doing CBD beers.
Well, I was just going to say, yeah, because so locally, obviously, in Washington State, it's legal, and there are different types of tinctures and sodas. Mm-hmm. I wonder what you would have to do, like mechanically speaking, I wonder what you would have to do to make that function. Because you basically have to start by making a tincture.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Or you just buy the CBD oil now.
Yeah, I guess, but if it was just the oil, I wouldn't think it would integrate right. Like, I don't know. I haven't tried it. I'd be very curious.
Do you guys plan or want to do a lager? Yes, we made one with you guys today.
Yep.
So yeah. The St. Brian, would this be good for soft pretzels and cheese?
Let's see. Today's, yes, because it's going to be a little spicy, but heavy and strong. Mm-hmm. I think that would be a very solid combo. This is actually a really good question. Item 1 wants to know if priming sugar affects the taste. I'm actually curious about that too.
Priming sugar? No. The priming sugar is there literally just at the end of... You're not putting enough of it in that it would affect the taste to any real great extent. You would have to add a half a pound to a pound of that stuff in there, and you're really not doing that.
That was very exciting. It was one of the most exciting pours in America.
What, did it pop out?
Well, I keep trying to fill up Holly's a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And it's getting near the top, and you know as well as I do that foam is a thing.
Wow, so Clues put in the chat, you guys have a 30 bunch here. Tickets for the Unplugged Meet for AC Int are now almost all gone.
You meant Thirsty.
Oh, Thirsty bunch, okay. Good call. I thought it was 30 people.
That's going to be a festival.
That's rad. I didn't even know there were tickets already available for that.
Hopefully we'll be able to go. You know what I mean?
Right? We might not be able to get a ticket. I'm okay with this. Just to have that many people doing this. Do we have 2 Pico brews? Yes. Dragon Breath. We have 2 Pico brews. I have one at the house. We have this one here.
Who got you that?
This guy it was my
Who got
Christmas
it? Who got it for you for Christmas?
Yeah, okay. This one over here.
Somebody I know.
Yeah. This one, no, the arm is definitely not bent on this one, Dragon Breath. Jerry's skills are improving with every day, as we saw today. That's what's...
Oh, no, the arm is actually... The arm inside, the fluid arm, is much higher than the bin.
Yeah.
That is definitely not the issue. The issue is that there's an in port in the very back. And I think, honestly, that waiting, as I have done in the past, is actually what creates the problem. I need to do it for the whole thing and just commit. I have problems with commitment.
Space Junkie has made... he made the... Space Junks, excuse me, has made the AC Inc. logo.
Oh, the AC Inc. logo? Yeah, I saw it online.
And he wants to send us, or do we want excuse me, sorry. Do you want a PDF of the label?
Definitely. Ship it.
If you were to pick a few bottles of widely obtainable beer for a night, what would you get?
Widely obtainable?
Yep.
Well, there's a few. A lot of beer culture is very regional.
Yeah.
Still.
Yep.
Even with like national distribution, it's still very regional. Still very regional.
Yep.
I'm not sure if they still make 1540 or 1554, but that is a keeper. That's always ready to go.
Right.
That's always appropriate. Dark, sweet.
And I think it's accessible for, wherever you are on your beer spectrum.
Yes, exactly.
Everybody can drink that beer.
Because it's so dark.
Yep.
But the flavor profile is very subtle and interesting.
Yeah.
It's sort of the trick that we're playing with this Dunkel here too.
Right.
What's another classic you can get pretty much anywhere that it's like you never turn down, right?
For me, it's, I guess you can pretty much get it everywhere. Hobgoblin. It's my favorite beer.
Very good. It's very good.
Yeah. Witchwood Brewing in the UK does it.
Yeah,
and
there's some pretty solid stuff. I like 60-minute IPA from Dogfish Head.
Dogfish is another one that's fantastic.
That gets around.
Yep. Stone, all of their,
yes. Now, Stone, I think that Stone has basically perfected the West Coast IPA in a lot of ways, and that's widely available.
Yep.
Stone's Drink By series is especially good.
They're vertical epics. The Arrogant Bastard, which is the one that everybody kind of knows Stone for.
Yeah, and it's good.
Yeah,
it's just good.
It's great, and another one of those easily accessible beers that kind of everybody can get into it. Nabby, that's a good one. Any favorite Belgian beers? For me, it's the Delirium series. So.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
Delirium Tremens, Nocturnum.
But for me, I'm trying to think. Lambics are generally considered Belgian, right? Yeah, for me, I really love raspberry lambics.
Yeah. Le Fin de Moon is a great one.
Classique.
This is another great question. How expensive is it to brew beer with all the ingredients and equipment? Hypothetically, could a college student in a small apartment brew beer?
Well, that's when you start.
That's
I don't know any brewers that didn't do that.
Yeah, that's literally how I started 18 years ago.
Yeah, but the basic setup really is like no shit.
Yeah.
We're just talking about some buckets. Remember that our primitive forebears managed to do this.
Yeah.
So if you can maintain cleanliness in your equipment, this is absolutely something you can do.
Exactly.
And the days of the dark closet beer explosion, I mean, those are over. Like this is a solved problem.
Exactly. You're not gonna
no.
Nothing's bad is gonna happen other than maybe spill a little bit on the floor. But you can absolutely do it in an apartment. I started in college, and what's really cool, so Micro Homebrew is where we get our grains.
The shop, yeah.
And Tony from Micro Homebrew is going to be coming on soon, and he's going to show us show the chat how to brew extract brewing.
Oh, okay. So extract brewing, just so you know. So this is full grain. Also, look at the fucking color. Look at the fucking color. All right, here. So this is full grain here, which is to say that we're extracting our sugars from these precious grains, right? Extract brewing is basically brewing from wheat syrups.
Yep.
Basically, instead of doing this first extraction part, you just make it from the raw syrups.
Yep. Yeah, from the sugars that have been already taken off the grains.
Yeah. You just skip a step.
Yep, it's very easy. We'll show it to you. You just get the water boiling, pour everything in, and
mix those malts like crazy.
Mix it in, and that's how everybody starts. Typically, and also breweries still use extracts. There's nothing. Don't let anybody
scale.
Yeah, don't let anybody ever tell you there's look down on you because you're doing extract brewing. That's a load of BS. It's just how much do you want to do? But the Micro Homebrew is setting up something for us where we'll be able to sell. They've ordered some starter kits. Yeah. So I think we're going to have about 10 to sell, and it comes with everything from all of your barrels, even to your kettle pot, which you usually don't get. And I think it's going to be maybe around 150, 160
Yeah,
bucks.
it's just easy. Like when I started coffee roasting, you're in for about 150 bucks. It's the same type of thing.
Yeah.
Certain type of equipment.
Yep.
A few beans to get started.
Yep.
But basically, it's a kit where you can own the process end to end.
Yep. So
Fun.
and we'll be able to get those to you, and that's really all you need. Besides, you need that kit and some grains, and the grains are probably about 30 bucks after everything's said and done.
A batch.
Yeah, a batch.
Yeah. But here, so go ahead and do 2 more.
Have we tried bottling this beer, and what does it entail? So there are a couple ways to bottle beer. If you're doing extract brewing, or actually any kind of brewing, where you just want to, where it's not being put in a keg first, what you'll do is right when fermentation is done, you'll put priming sugar in a pail, add the fermented beer on top of the priming sugar, so stir it in, and then you will fill the beer out of that. Usually you'll get a pail with a little spigot on the end, or you can get a racking cane.
Yeah.
And you'll be racking it individually into bottles.
There's varying levels of sophistication, but it's quite possible.
Yeah, it's very easy, and then you just cap the bottles. The other way to do it...
There's a machine, basically.
Yep.
They put the cap on there and then compress it down.
Yep. But if you do keg, I like to keg beers because it's easier, and we're usually drinking out of the kegs.
Yeah.
And we're not bottling much.
We serve from.
If you want to, they make beer guns, essentially. It's a gun or a little piston that...
You have one of these, right?
Yeah, I have. Yep.
Basically, like, it voids the bottle first.
Exactly. You shoot carbon dioxide into the bottle, getting all the oxygen out. Then you press another trigger, and it shoots the beer in.
Well, it's like a bar gun in some ways.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's all you do.
Cool. Oh, well, hey, Precious Channel, thank you so much for rolling through another episode of Acquisition Intoxicated.